All right, welcome. Episode
10.
10. All right.
Take number 3.
Yeah. Several items of difficulty today. But hope everybody's doing good today. And I'm even the other two people that I hope are having a crappy day, I hope they're having a decent day.
Crappy.
Crappy. So
And down where we don't call it a crappie down where I'm from.
yeah, I know you don't.
We call it a crappie.
A crappie?
When the fish he puts up there,
A crappie.
we call it a crappie.
Okay. Y'all call a bunch of different things different.
Well, I can't help that. I'm just telling you what we call it.
That's all good.
Most folks I know call it a crappie.
I've never heard anybody call it that.
Yeah.
Of course,
like, what?
I haven't been at, I don't go to the pier that much.
This ain't the pier. This is on the pond.
Well, I don't go to a pond either.
Crappie is a money fish boat. That's good eating right there. But Uncle Chick, he goes crappie fishing about every day, right?
Right.
And he don't catch less than 50 in a day. I seen him one time when it was over 100. I mean, shit ton of them.
Do you eat those?
Oh boy, yes sir.
Are they bony or?
No sir, they're good.
Yeah.
You fillet them. Crappie is one of the best fish come out of freshwater. That and the pickerel.
You get them out of the pond? They're freshwater fish?
Yeah. You
Interesting.
usually catch them on shiner.
I've never had one of those. Never tried them.
Oh yeah, they're real good.
So we were talking earlier about the plain Qatar cutter.
So real quick, this is our take number 3 because he's hit record and we didn't record the first time.
Yeah.
Spent about 20 fucking minutes on this thing without recording.
Yeah. That was practice. All right.
So we're going to try to redo. We've done open this shit up, but it didn't ever capture.
I don't want to eat that again.
We're going to show we got bugs, folks. We got some dehydrated fucking mixed bugs, maggots, and
Let me do what I did the first time. I'll take it up there.
Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Just making sure. Oh, God, he's going to trip and fall. Right on the camel. There you go, right there.
There you go.
And we've already tried it one time, unfortunately, so we know what it tastes like. And this time, Brian's going to try him a maggot.
No, I ain't either.
Come on now.
No. No.
I tried the maggot to begin with, and it was real earthy.
No.
Trust me on that.
No.
I didn't spit it out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It ain't really a maggot. It's a pupa, if you know what a pupa is.
I don't care what it is.
Basically the same thing.
No. I did the cricket. That's about all I can do.
Yeah, we got one more cricket in here already. We got another cricket right there.
I don't think I could do the...
And then we got the cricket head. Just the head. Just the tip.
Oh, there's one right there.
Yeah, we got the black one in there.
Should I take this up and let them see it?
You can, but I mean, it's just a damn cricket. That's all it is.
I know. But see, you can still see his eyeballs.
Yeah, you can see everything on him. His little tail whiskers and all.
All right. Look, tell me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there he is. Going up there. We go. Look at there. Look, cricket. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Hello.
And they ain't that bad. I mean,
They just don't have no taste. I mean,
you put it on a cracker, right?
no, I guess.
Put it
I
on
ain't gonna put it on nothing. Freaking Thailand food. That's what's gonna come in our universal yum box from Thailand.
Fucking bugs.
Fucking bugs. All right. Well, I did it the first time. I'll do it this time too.
I ain't taking tuna back out either. There you go. That's what a pupa is. Like a giant. Well, hell, you didn't do that last time.
I know. I couldn't get it out of my head.
And he's still very earthy. First taste. Ooh.
Oh,
Hey,
my
get
God.
All right, that's done over with.
We just got done with lunch, too. They just
Bentley.
hit me wrong. Oh. Can't do that.
What other put the taste right in your mouth, I tell you right now. You like that kind of thing, though.
You ate another one? You ate another one?
I ate another maggot.
You should have showed them that.
I did. I went like this.
Oh, okay.
You were your eyes closed. You go like this. Ah!
Oh no! Yeah, I felt my stomach turning a little bit on that one. Mm.
We tried these things too, and they're pretty good. Tell them about that thing.
Yeah, so we got one of the Dubai. Well, you can have it.
I don't want it right now.
Okay, fine. The Dubai chocolate bars.
And they were real good, real creamy.
It was good. I mean,
The chocolate was real good.
it's kind
And then we had this thing that looked like baby doo doo.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if I want that again.
It was real. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't that good either. It looked like baby doo doo.
It did look like that. Let's see.
All right, while you're doing that, do you know what the Japanese call a diaper?
What?
Sakahaki.
All right.
Sakahaki.
I don't know if you guys can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It looks like peanut butter there.
Yeah, but it was separated when I got it. But it looks like a dirty diaper.
We tried to talk about what we were talking about at Dubai. Not Dubai.
Cutter.
Yeah.
The plane that they're going.
That the Emirate supposedly is going to give Donald Trump. You know.
Man, that thing was nice too.
The question was, would you accept it or not? And my opinion is not, because I don't trust the Saudi Emirate to begin with. They, you know, that thing full of bugs. You never gonna get rid of them. And I ain't talking about the kinds of crawl either.
Mm-mm. Come on now, you know they
No
wouldn't
dead
do
space.
anything like that. Bet they would.
I bet they would too. Some bitches. 2 times.
I mean, why are you gonna offer somebody a $3 billion,
$400 million.
$400 million gift for no reason? What's the reason?
Well, no, they said the reason was because they lowered tariffs on Saudi Arabia imports.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that the only reason?
That's what they said.
I mean, how many billions of dollars of oil have we bought from them?
I'm just telling you what they said. Yeah. We don't need their oil, by the way. Remember talking about that too.
I know.
Fuck them. I think we both got a little buggy in our throat.
Yeah.
Try to clean out my bugs.
They got a tentacle stuck in my teeth.
Oh, my goodness.
But my grandson Jace graduates from preschool.
Yeah.
This Friday, so I'll go do that, and hope to get some more.
Y'all buying him a gift?
Some jobs on the books, huh?
Y'all buying him a gift?
I was going to. I don't. I know you're. I don't buy nothing.
I don't say that now. But his preschool graduation, I mean,
Elliot,
what did they do to get to graduate?
Elliot just
he aged out.
I know, right? I get him a cupcake or something.
There you go. Make him feel a little special.
What else was in the?
The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Mendez. What people thought about that too.
The what?
Eric and Lyle Mendez.
Oh yeah, Eric, that's right.
They got resentenced and they can be up for parole now to get out.
Leave us a comment and tell us what you think.
I don't think they should get out. You know, you do the crime, you do the time, and especially if you kill your mama and daddy and then go party on their money, they need to sit right there and rot. What are you doing?
I agree. I don't know. I'm catching a little bit of an echo or something somewhere.
I don't hear no echo.
Well,
maybe it's you.
Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's that bug in your Google. Google right there. Oh, Google
her. What else happened? What else has happened? Anything unusual happened to you again this week, or no UFOs?
Unusual this week? No. I did tell Bryan earlier though. I don't normally buy a lot of stuff for the house, like new stuff. All my shit's old. But I had a set of bathroom scales that were pink from the 70s that finally give up. I bought a new set of scales today, and my intentions are to get back to about 185 pounds. I got up this morning and got dressed and everything before I come here and weighed.
You know it'd help you do that?
No, I don't want to hear about that.
No more 12 beers a day.
Oh, well, that's too bad. So And when I stepped on the scales this morning, fully clothed and everything, it said 217. So that's my starting point on this episode, and we'll see. We'll go week by week, see if I lose a pound or not. 1 or 2 pounds a week, I think, is what you ought to lose. That way you can steady lose it and keep it off. You don't want to lose a whole lot at one time.
No, that's what ended up happening with me with everything my situation that happened, and I think I probably lost 25 pounds in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, but I mean, I got it off, and I feel better. I mean, that's not the way I would wanted to do it, but I don't eat as much. I can't eat as much anymore. So that was probably a good thing, and it's helped me with a lot of different things. My blood pressure, my sugar, and my sugar levels are back. Oh shoot, my A1C at one point was like 10.9.
Mine was 14.
Well, that's high.
Yeah.
And so now, the last time I went, it was down to like 7.6, and my ultimate goal is to get it down between about 6.
Yeah, I had come back from Wisconsin because my little brother had killed himself, and the next day I felt bad all week during there, and real bad when I came back. And the next day I went to go help my uncle with his flooring, and I fell out. I mean, I thought I was dying. I was having a fucking heart attack. And my Uncle Charles, he's passed now too, but he said, "What's going on with you, son?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, explain how you feel." I said, "Well, I got the worst dry mouth I've ever had." I said, "I feel like I got to pee all the time." Oh, yeah. I said, "Damn blurry vision, room spinning." He said, "I think you got the sugar, right?" And I says, "I don't know about that." And he said, "Well, come over here, let me test you." So he tested me on the machine that he had, right? And it kept saying error, error.
Right.
And he says, "Let's go to the hospital." So we went to the hospital. They use a different machine, and it was right at 900. It was like 887, 889 high, right?
Right.
And the nurse lady was like, "God damn, I'm surprised you ain't done went into a coma." I'm like, "I don't know. I ain't never had no sugar, right? Blah, blah, blah." So they sent me to a specialist, and we got on this has been a long time ago. It's been 6 years ago now. But we got on a diet plan and all that shit. And I was taking the metformin there for about 2 years, but I haven't took any of that or anything in probably 2 years.
How's your sugar been since?
Good. Sugar stays around 130 to about 150, which they told me if it's under 160, that it was probably okay. Yeah. 160 is at that mark where you want to
pre-diabetic range.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it.
A1C got down to 6.5 or 6.4.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't checked it in about a year, but I can tell. If you got diabetes, most times you can tell when your sugar's high.
When mine was so high, and not getting off on medical rants or anything, but mine was high, I was always tired. I felt tired. I had no energy to do anything, and I have to say, probably my body ached too. And
mine was peeing both. It was you would have to pee and you'd have to go right fucking in.
Well,
I could not wait.
Had that happen too, and so now I've got all that regulated now, and I 95% of the time I can sleep through the night now.
Yeah,
and I don't have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I can actually get
I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
A decent night's sleep, although I didn't sleep too well last night, but for the most part, it's a good rest.
4 to 4:30 is my normal wake up time anyway.
I get hot. I have to.
So hot, yeah.
I got my thermostat. I've got it set on 68 in the bedroom, and it's I don't know. Sometimes in the middle of the night, it's where it's meeting the temperature, but it doesn't heat up as fast. And I got too many covers on because I like it to be cold, to be comfortable. But then I have to. I don't know. It woke me up last night. I didn't sleep.
You like it real cold and then bundle up with a bunch of covers.
That's right.
No, I don't do that.
See, I do that because of my feet, because I have neuropathy in my feet. So I've got heavy blankets on the bottom of the bed, so I can feel the blankets on my feet.
Won't you get a weighted blanket?
I do. I have one. And sometimes I forget about the comforter that's on the bed, and I pull it up when I go to sleep, and I usually just leave that down and have a and that usually is sufficient. But
I usually have a dog right here.
yeah, yeah, that'll do it too.
Peanut, my little chihuahua, he sits right here. And sometimes he sits right here. He gets on top of the pillow. I wake up in the middle of the night, he's sitting on top of my damn head. What the hell are you doing? Get down. Ass on my head.
But I don't know. We had I don't know. It's been an interesting week. Last week.
So one of the stories we never did get to, I'm gonna tell you a real quick one,
It's
part.
Story time.
But it's about my DoorDasher, right? So it's gonna be a real quick story. This happened about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and I not 95% of the time I cook at home anyway. But when I don't, I DoorDash something. I don't feel like getting out, especially if I've been drinking.
Right.
I want to drive.
Oh, this is your Kentucky Fried Chicken story?
Yeah. Yeah. So I DoorDash from Kentucky Fried Chicken. It got to the house, and we were missing our drinks, and we were missing a 3-piece chicken wing, right?
Yep.
So I called back up there, and I'm like, hey, and you got to call DoorDash. I called DoorDash. I'm like, hey, it ain't nothing wrong with the driver. KFC left this off. And all right, well, we'll fix it for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, whatever. So the DoorDasher gets back to KFC, and he sends me a text and says, hey, I'm here. 20 minutes go by. He says, I still ain't got your fucking food ready yet. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, my God. So I called DoorDash corporate back, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with KFC? I said, at this point, the driver had been there for 30 minutes waiting to get my damn chicken wings, right? And I'm like, and he's like, well, this is unacceptable. Blah, 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 right? And I said, well, I mean, it ain't the DoorDash's fault. I don't have to blame him whatsoever.
Right.
I said, as a matter of fact, I'm not putting a tip on the DoorDash thing. When he gets here, I'll give him a tip. Because I don't want it, you know. And the DoorDash people were like, yeah, that's fine. And I said, well, it's fucking KFC's fault. Y'all need to fucking call KFC. If they can't get their shit right, you don't go deal with them no more.
Right.
And they're like, well, we will send this to KFC corporate, blah, blah, blah. You know, I probably said a lot more words than that. And I'm 100% sure I did. Anyhow, DoorDash gets to the house probably, so it takes between the time the food was ordered or reordered to the time he got to the house was about an hour and a half. Right. Not his fault. He hadn't to wait that long.
That's right.
So I called him in the house. I said, come on in the house. And and they had redone the order twice. So I had like 8 breasts and fucking, 8 wings extra. And we put it in a bucket and we ate it on during the week. But I said, well, I'm sorry you had to go through all this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, KFC, I fuck KFC. And I handed him $14 is what I had in change. And I said, here, you take this and put it in your pocket. Don't put it on your. I don't know if DoorDash gets a part of their tips or not.
Well, if you give them cash, I would say no.
I mean, if you put it on the online.
If you put it on the online, I don't know. They're not supposed to.
I don't know if they do or not.
The tips are supposed to go directly to the. Speaking of that, there was a business in. I'm not going to say the name, but he had a business in Goldsboro and here in Kinston, and they found out that they were keeping the tips from the workers.
Oh,
they were, they weren't paying them correctly. Anyway, he ended up having to pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay the tips back to wherever they were supposed to go.
Well, I don't know if they still do it or not, but Becky's Log Cabin down there where I'm at, Steakhouse.
Yeah,
they don't give tips to the wait staff.
Well, if they don't get tips, then they're getting an hourly wage. Yes, I'm assuming
they make $8 to $9 an hour,
and then you don't leave a tip, and
they don't tell you they make $8 to $9 an hour.
Oh, I see.
Right. But one of the girls who used to work there, I knew, and she told me, don't leave a tip on the table because all that goes back to the house.
Oh, do they divide it between the workers, or
no,
it just goes to the house?
It all goes to the house.
Oh, that's kind of shady to me.
Yeah, that's because they paid him an hourly rate of $9 an hour.
But me as a consumer, if I want to leave a tip, I'm thinking it's going to the server. Nope. Yeah, that's bullcrap. What's the name of that place?
Becky's Log Cabin.
Yeah, probably won't go there. you
And
know.
then Robin's Nest, Pink owns Robin's Nest. Pink's a good friend of ours. And Robin's Nest is one of the best places to eat. It's right there in Selma. But they do the divide thing.
Right.
So between the wait staff and the bus staff, they put it all in one big bucket.
Right.
And then divide it out at the end of the night. I don't like that either. But
I don't like that either. It's not necessarily. It's better than the other way, but the fair way is, this server might be busting their butt, the other one's not, but they're gonna get the same amount of tip.
Well, to be fair, Robin's Nest is a buffet.
Okay.
It's a small buffet, but they just more likely or less filling your drinks up.
Even on a buffet though, because I have left some decent tips on a buffet.
Oh yeah.
Because the waiter or waitress, I never had to wait for a drink. They were always coming by asking, do you need anything? Even though it's a buffet, I don't mind leaving that tip.
Oh yeah. So,
but it's the ones that expect it. They come by your table once during the 45 minutes you're there eating, and your glass of drink has been out for the past 15 minutes, and you can't get nobody. That's bullcrap. Don't expect me to leave you a tip.
A couple of 3 weeks ago, on Thursdays, Golden Corral has liver and onion on the bar.
Right.
And I love liver and onion. So me and Chris went for lunch up to the Golden Corral, and the waiter that was waiting on us, boy, he was all kinds of excited. I mean, he was hyped up. I think he was on coke. He was so damn hyped up. But I tell you, my cup of tea never got below that much.
Yeah.
And he was over there filling it back up. Boy, you got it. Everything okay? Good.
Yep.
We left him a decent tip. But hey, by the way, just in case you want to know, Golden Corral, if you're 50 years old or older, you get senior citizen discount. Me too. Lady asked me how old I was. I said 50, and she said, "Okay, you get the senior citizen discount." I said, "Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about."
Daggum, I didn't know that because I could have been getting senior citizen discount for a while. I didn't know that.
I didn't either until then.
Of course, you don't know unless somebody tells
you. It ain't but
$1
off.
Right. Well,
every dollar counts. I get it, but
a dollar's a dollar. But yeah, that ain't that much.
It's still a little bit of something though.
It's their marketing scheme, right?
Sure.
But you guys leave us a comment down underneath it, and if there's something that you want us to talk about, maybe, or something that's interesting to you guys that we can talk about, put it down there in the comments. Let us know. I think we're probably going to be changing our name.
Yeah.
Here soon. I'm waiting on our new logo to come up, and that so we can make we don't have to do all this stuff on the intro anymore. It'll just be pre-made, and then we can just start doing the show. We're also going to try to do some different locations on the show, not necessarily always here at maybe try to do some outside, and
we can do outdoor locations to my house.
Yeah. Might get what's the goat's name?
Odie.
Might show Odie. Just some different scenery. Maybe enhance things a little bit. This is it's where I'm living. I'm not going to call it my house.
No,
it's where I'm living right now. And
current location.
That's and it's somewhere we can talk, but got to figure out, got to get a mobile case and stuff so we can pack some of this stuff and not have to worry about it getting damaged.
We can pack that in that case I got you.
Well, that's a little small.
Well, I'm talking about just for this, not for the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
I got another one that same size we can, if Victor watches, that we can put the microphones and all in.
Well, that's two.
Well, never mind then. Well, they make that metal briefcase at Walmart, not Walmart, but Lowe's. You know what's that? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, it's a tool case.
Tool case, but you can take all the tool stuff out. I think it's like $20.
Yeah. Might look into that.
Probably fit everything, and it's foamed.
We're also going to try to have some guests on here periodically as well. Cover some different topics with that. Maybe a couple guests with technology, a couple guests that are just going to come on here and
bullshit.
Yeah. Shoot it with us a little bit, and we'll have some different things. But definitely, if you like the podcast, if you like it, hit the like button. Let us know. We've seen a few views coming up, and we're not, we appreciate the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you know, try not to be too negative. But if something we can do better, let us know. I think we've gotten a lot better from the first one we did. First one was kind of struggle, although that one didn't get recorded. That was just us talking. But we're going to be trying to incorporate some things here soon.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff may be coming out from my house quite a bit because Bryan may be spending some more time with me at the house.
Well, yes.
And thankfully we got good internet now. Brightspeed. Thank you, Brightspeed. They finally came out and did some shit at the house. The internet's now about 500 megs.
Yeah, so.
And I say that because the GPS won't take you to my fucking house. I live in the middle of nowhere.
No, and it don't. But I'm in the process of, I want to be taking my travel trailer, and, Rob's helping me out and getting some hookups for me so I can stay out in the back of his lot, kind of, I guess it's kind of out of the way.
It's way out of the way.
That way.
Yeah, if you're back behind that horse barn we talked about, under those shade trees.
So we can, it's going to help me a lot, especially doing a lot of our work that's in Garner.
It'll cut down on his gas, that's for sure.
Cut down on the gas, cut down on some expenses and stuff like that. And it's very appreciative. He doesn't realize it, but it is it's going to help tremendously with situations. And
hopefully it gives me a fucking raise.
Well,
that's when the work comes in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They need to hurry the fuck up too.
Well, I know. I was hoping to hear something here soon. Probably be first part of next week, but that'll be good. But
thanks to our sponsor, Carolina Security.
Absolutely, I had to change computers because the other computer, we couldn't get it to work right. And
we are still recording, right?
We are still. We are still recording.
Double and triple check the whole time.
But yeah, I know I've checked it a couple times just to make sure I got the arrow off of it now, so I can't accidentally hit it.
Arrow? I didn't even see the Indians. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. But it's almost. I mean, I got to get my boat serviced so I can get it out on the water because I like to fish on the water. But I do want to go. I want to go fishing.
That lake boat.
Hmm?
That's a lake boat.
It is a lake boat. It's a sound boat. It ain't gonna go out in the. It's not gonna go out in the ocean. No. It was bad enough in the river.
The sound, seriously, where me and Mike's go to, right? So it's not. I mean, it is the sound, but not sound. It's the ocean. But you know where Radio Island is?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know where the boat ramp is, right there near Radio Island.
Yeah.
We take off of that boat ramp and we go under Radio Island and back out there. There's a bunch of weeds and grass. Water's probably 2 feet deep. And that's where we catch some damn red drum at.
Really?
Yeah, 40 inches and bigger.
I
think they got to be 27 inches to keep them.
Yeah.
And they no smaller than that, and they can't be over. I think it's 39 inches.
That's big. 27.
I think it's 27 to 39 or 37, but it has to be within a range. Because if it's too big, you have to throw it back. If it's too small, you have to throw it back.
Right.
But
that's good eating too.
It's just a damn good time is what it is.
Shoot, I think my boat could do that.
Oh yeah, that water's. You just have to watch the sound bar.
Yeah.
The sandbar, but you pull in, you're only sitting in 2 foot of water at the most.
Yeah. And I probably have to lift the motor up just a little bit.
Yeah, you got troll motor on that thing?
Hmm.
You got troll motor on that thing?
No. I need to get one.
Yeah, troll motor is what you need. But you throw out toward the weeds.
Yeah.
And depending on what you use, we use fiddler crabs a lot, or it's little white fish.
Yeah.
Power bait, and do them. They tear the fucking hell out of them, boy. When you land on, or we use live fish too.
I'll use a lot of the gulp. I've had some success with the gulp. I use the bright
yeah,
fluorescent colored and I've caught. I mean, those red drum, they'll hit that.
But the most efficient or best thing we've used, so we take a fish basket and put it in the water and let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes overnight. And you get these little pinfish that are about that big.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. You hook them through the eyeballs, throw them out there.
That's what the red drum like.
Boy, they tear the shit out of them.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good fish too to eat. That's a good tasting
Yeah.
fish. You fillet them, fillet it, and I fillet. I don't like to cook it whole, whatever, but
Yeah, well, that's what I do most times, just fillet it.
fillet it, and you have to skin those. I mean, do you have to
You don't
scale
scale
them?
any fish you fillet.
The skin? Oh, you just pull the skin off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My brother-in-law and my sister and brother-in-law went to eat at some restaurant the other day, and they got some flounder, and they didn't peel the skin. They didn't scale it.
Scale it.
They didn't scale the skin of flounder, which is what you're supposed to do. And yeah, they had to. That's like, I don't think they're ever gonna go back because they don't know how.
I wouldn't either.
They don't know how to freaking cook a fish.
The good thing about drum, when you any fish that you fillet, you cut the rib bones out.
Yeah.
The little rib bones, but the drum have bigger rib bones, so you don't have to cut them out.
Yeah.
My aunt used to own this fish market, my Aunt Betty, called Jack Seafood in Raleigh on Pool Road. And there used to be this older black fella that come in there, and he loved spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want no breading on it. He wanted it fried whole, no breading, right?
Right.
And this dude had to be at least 80 years old if he was a day. But he'd take that whole fish and bite it and sit there and chew. It had no teeth either. But as he was chewing, you could see the little bones come out the edge of his mouth and fall on his plate. And they just fall out just pretty as you ever seen.
Okay. That's I guess I like flounder, but sometimes those bones are real. They get stuck in when you fillet them. Sometimes they get cut into the meat, and you don't know it until you eat them because they're basically
until it gets caught in your throat and you go. Oh!
Yeah, they're pretty much they're pretty much invisible. But
But if you don't go to the weeds behind Radio Island, if you go up toward the bridges and all,
right.
So that's where you got your black drum and your sheephead. And black drum, they're a good catch too, but same thing, fiddle crabs, that's what they eat.
I got a, not bald, but I caught a sea bass one day. I was fishing with a buddy in the Sound at Wilmington, but I had to throw it back because it was just little, it wasn't big enough, and I was disappointed because that's good eating.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
I think the only fish I don't eat that come out of the water
a lot of dogfish though.
Shark. That's all that is.
That's
but
scavengers.
Yeah, but amberjacks. I don't eat amberjacks because they got worms in them. When you cut up an amberjack, you can see the little worms in it.
No, what does amberjack look like?
Big old.
They got the long nose.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's a bigger fish, right?
Yeah.
And you catch it out in the reef, right?
Yeah.
But when you fillet it or cut open an amberjack, you can see these little. They're tapeworms, is what they are.
Yeah.
But they're not the same tapeworm that you and I get.
Right.
And they say, as long as you cook it and everything, it don't hurt you. But I ain't never been able to do it.
It's like eating them bugs. No, thank you.
But now grouper, fucking bass or black bass.
What they do with those big old? You seen those videos? These people catching these ginormous groupers.
We've caught them.
Do you eat those?
Yeah, well, yes, sir.
You get like a year's worth of.
No. So if we catch a big grouper like that, what we do is cut it up in fingers, kind of like chicken fingers or nuggets.
Right.
Big old thick ones, and deep fry them.
Oh, that sounds good.
And feed the whole family.
You said some of them things are like massive.
Yeah, so I used to know it over there at Radio Island where it's dredged out for the boats.
Yeah.
I used to know a dude that was spearfish down in there, and he would spearfish in that spot for grouper that were 100, 200 pounds.
Yeah, I've seen some that come up to the boat. I mean, they're
5 feet long, but as big as you.
Yeah. That was. I don't know if that scared the crap out of me. But, whatever. But one day we're gonna go out we're gonna get out on the water.
We'll film on the boat.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. We're gonna sign off. Appreciate you for listening.
All
hey,
right.
If you'd like to
Have
share
a good day.
share us, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Later.